Hello and welcome to another edition of Ask Ben W, the video series where I get to tackle one question as I walk from my parked car to my office in Denver Public Schools. Today I want to tackle a question that has been on my mind for the last couple of weeks, and please note that there will be very likely lots of wind, maybe some sirens, maybe some construction throughout this video. But the question is this: what is the most useful metaphor for teaching and learning, and specifically leading teachers and learners within a school district? There are lots of sort of organizing metaphors for education, thinking about like the factory model and the metaphor of, the assembly line, thinking about the ways in which we have lots of metaphors for the future and and innovation and what that looks like. But a new metaphor that was presented by Jessica Raleigh in a meeting a couple of weeks back has really caught my eye and my attention, and I want to kind of describe it a little bit. I'm going to call it the metaphor of the kite and the rocks. And the metaphor I have found useful, and the way in which she described it, and we discussed a little bit, was that, oh man, that's real windy, was that our best ideas are had when we let out the line on our kite, and when we are flying very, very high up in the air, and we are able to think and see with a perspective that you would not ordinarily be able to see. When you're able to let out your line and sort of have that higher level view, right? You're not untethered. You're not just flying in an airplane. A lot of the metaphors that I see people using are around, building the airplane while you're flying it and things like that, right? But you are tethered. And the thing that you are tethered to is your specific scope of work. Your specific work that you need to be doing and that you think is going to have is going to anchor you, right? That you are really working hard to create something new, but that it is the anchor, it is the rock that allows you to be stable and to know what you're coming back to. And so within this construct, within this metaphor, you let out your line, the line of your kite, in order to, think in a bigger, broader view, in order to collaborate with other kites that are flying up there, but that you are always tethered to something. And the problem exists when you cannot let out your line very much in order to get a strong perspective, or that what you are tethered to is not the rock, is not the anchor. It is actually all of these very disparate things that are pulling at your line. And so there are all of these people or ideas that are pulling your line down. And you're not tethered to the rock, you're tethered to all of these people and ideas that have taken your kite line, the string that is between, your bedrock, your anchor, and the ideas that you need to be able to explore and to think more broadly. And there are all of these things that are holding on to it. And so what you end up having to do is to systematically work to remove those snags, to remove the ideas, if in the metaphor it's a tree that is, your line is caught on, then you can't go up into the air. You can't let out any more line. And when you are thinking about this, when the people or the ideas or the the snags that you're running into don't let you see your work and other people's work with the new perspective, all you can see from the position of your kite is your work and the problems of your work. And I see it happening over and over again in schools, where there are all of these obstacles that are pulling at the kite lines and that are really stopping us from being able to, let it out and up into the air and to think together. There is this amazing sort of dance that happens when, multiple people go and fly a kite. It's really silly and very much like, let's sing a song from Mary Poppins. But like, there is something really special when there are many kites up in the air and they are all dancing together, and that actually the perspective that you can gain from that place of being able to see not just by yourself but with others is massively important. And so this metaphor of the kite and the rocks, or the kite and the anchor of your work and getting snagged on all of the different things, I have found to be one of the most useful metaphors in the last few years even, because it really does represent the aspirations that we have and the things that are holding us back from those aspirations. My friend Kirk Anderson has another metaphor that is actually really good, and I would love to tag him to explain his organizing metaphor, which has to do with spinning plates. So that's my Ask Ben W for today. I'm going to tag Kirk Anderson specifically to help explore what his metaphor might be, and how that helps us to understand where we are in teaching and learning and in education in general. And if you would like to explain your organizing metaphor and something that is most valuable for you, I would encourage you to do that as well. So please do, record your own video. And if you want to ask me another question, please use the hashtag AskBenW, and we will, we'll probably talk to you again soon. Have fun learning today. Bye-bye.